Hello parents and students. This video is for parents who didn't make it today. Today is open house at Cope Middle School. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. Today I will walk you through how does it look like in Mr. H math class, how to check your child grade, what is Alex, IAB Test, and IReady. We go into the first part. First, welcome to my class. I'm teaching Math 1 and A grade math. And the thing that you're looking at right now is my website where I share all student work and all the class activity. If you don't have this link or you don't have this Google slide, you can ask your child to log into the Google Classroom. The Google slide is shared on Google Classroom. Okay. When you get to this slide, you can go ahead, click on the link. Okay. You can also find my website through the school website and teacher directory, and then find my name. You will see the website link. All right, when you log into, when you open the website, the first thing you're going to see is the welcome letter. I post this in the beginning of school year. Then if you roll down, you will see the IReady top highest score. So for each period, I picked the 6 students who had the top highest score and put it here. If you go down further, you will see my classroom or our classroom. You can click on the pictures to see how is Mr. A's classroom look like. What you're looking at right now is the IAB test score. I give pre-test and post-test. Whenever students score above standard, they will get a little star like this. They will write their name on it, and then I display it in the classroom. And you can also see the student work down below. Okay. In my class, I promote students to make mistake. Mistake is a part of learning. I want my students to know that mistakes are expected, respected, inspected, and corrected. It's nothing a shame if you make a mistake. I believe that more mistake that students make is better for their learning because their teacher are going to help them fix their misconception. Okay, if students keep hiding their mistake, they don't want to show work or they're afraid of showing work because of mistake, they will make that mistake again and again over and over. Okay, so mistakes are okay in my class. What are you looking at right now is the front of the classroom, and this is on the right side near to the entrance, and this is the left side of the classroom where I display student survey, student math artwork, and the butterfly right here is student work. Beginning of school year, I show student an inspiration video where a butterfly tried to get out of their capsule, and someone helped the butterfly to get out of the capsule without it struggling. But then the butterfly cannot fly because the butterfly didn't go through the struggle so that the blood can pump into their wings. So they cannot open the wings and they cannot fly. So I want to let my student know that learning or struggle is a part of learning. It's okay when you struggle. That's how your brain will grow, and you will train your mind to learn the difficult math concept. Okay, and what you see in here is the tree of knowledge. Whenever a student score well on the test, they will receive a leaf where they can write their name on it. Then I display this in class as well. Okay, all right. So now on top, beside the home page, you will see a few more pages on top. I'm gonna go over the first page, the class activities. Okay, so we have avid tutoring. I believe that students not only learn from the teacher, students can also learn from each other. And in some case, students learn from each other better than learn from teacher because student can explain to student the easier way, the way that they understand the math problem. So I want to give students a chance to talk, to work together, and teach each other. Okay, so this is avid tutoring. If you go down more is group work. Sometimes we spend time in class to do homework where students can work together, can ask questions, work together on a certain assignment. Yeah, and sometimes it's happened if the lesson we go over the lesson so quickly, then they have time to do homework in class. Students also work in groups to create a poster, and we do a gallery walk. For this activity, each group will receive a questions. They're gonna work together within the group, find a solution, and then they create a poster. After they get the poster, they post around the classroom, and they go. Each group will go to each poster, and then they rotate. They check out each other answer, and then they find out if the answer is correct. They agree or disagree. They will write on the paper. So at the end of the period, I walk students through each group solution and tell them which one is right or which one has mistake. Okay. All right. And you go down more. The crow and the pitcher is one of the activity that I create. Student will drop the pebble into a cylinder with a certain amount of water. Whenever they drop the pebble, the water rising up. So the interesting part of this activity is that pebble have different size, so the water rise up in a different amount. So at first they think, oh, all pebble rise makes the water rise up 2 milliliters. Then they find out not all pebbles does that. So they have to talk about it. They have to find out what is the problem, why the water doesn't rise up in the same amount, and then they have to pick a common or the average rising of the water at the slope. They write an equation. They predict how many pebbles drop into the cylinder so that the water rise up to the top of the cylinder. But then after 10 pebbles, the pebbles start to rise above the water. So the water never rise up, cannot rise up anymore. So we talk about that problem. What happened there? How do we fix the problem? Okay. So this is one of the activity that is fun and is a lot of surprising in this activity that I love to do every year. Master of linear equation is where students work in group. They show their knowledge about linear equation. So they represent it at x and y value table. They write an equation in 3 different forms. They graph the linear line, and from the graph, they pull out the informations. So all 4 corner here is back check of one another. So if they do one of the step wrong, they will realize that it doesn't match up with the other part. So this is kind of self-check activity. When they do one or the other part, they will see it makes sense or doesn't make sense. Okay. And in all my poster, I encourage students to be creative, have fun, do decoration, present their information in any way that they want to. As you see in this poster, because of the how can I say this, the sketch or the outline of the activity, what in the format of 4 corners. So they all give me the poster with 4 corners, but they don't have to do that. Like you see the Christmas tree right here is 4 corner, but they have the Christmas tree in the middle. Next one is Santa Buddy. Top 5 student with the highest score in IReady, or top 5 who has most growth will receive a little bear like this. I call Santa Buddy. So if your kid bring home a little bear like this, mean that they did really good job on the IReady score. Alex Club. So as you see that on Sunday or during the weekend, I often send you a remind to ask students to do Alex Pie or Alex Topic Goal is for this. Okay. Accelerate student or the 8th grade student supposed to meet a certain Alex Pie every quarter. Okay. So for 8th grade student, they will do Alex Pie at home or in class. But for accelerated student, they have to do Alex Pie at home. As you see here is Jose Lopez has the highest score. He learned 900 topic goals. He had the highest score in the class. Then we go down to 800, 7, 6, all the way to 200 topic goal. Okay. You can look through those picture at home. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is go to transformation project. In my class, I like to do projects. This is the current projects that we just finished on the last Friday. Okay, it's giving me enough time to collect student work and post on the website for you. So in this project, student will design something in the first quadrant. Then they use the knowledge of translation, which is move a figure from um, move the figure to a certain direction. So they have to move the whole figure completely to quadrant 2 and then do the reflection and rotation. So that is the order of the video that I create for them. But then they can design whatever they want and they can rotate, translate, do anything in any order that they want as long as they tell me the direction. What did they do? So as you see that every picture has the description on top. Okay, majority of them will be translate, reflex, and rotate, but you will see some projects doesn't follow the same setup. Like this student, we have what reflection, and then he do rotation, and then he do translate. Okay, as the project is opened up to all students to be creative, they can do whatever way that they want as long as they show me they understand the concept. Okay, so when you're at home, you can slide down and see more project down below. All right, calendar projects is one of the creative projects that I like it a lot. We did this when students learn about solving one-step and multi-step equation. To me, solving math problem is one way of learning, but when you master it, you can create the equation that the answer matching with the date. If you see all the math question here, the answer is matching with the date. And I didn't provide this equation. Student make up the problem that the answer matching with the date. And then after that, they decorate their calendar. Okay. So every single question is unique. I don't think any question is matching with anyone here. Everyone come up with a different equation. In really rare case that they are the same. Okay. So you can check that out. Art string projects is the date that I teach students how to use GeoGebra. They draw a bunch of linear line, and they can see that if they put a linear line in a certain way, they can manipulate a straight line turn into a curved line. Okay. So after we design this on GeoGebra, we print it out and we sew them together to make a projects look like this, to make a products look like this. Okay. Writing in math class, I challenge my math one student to answer to state their how can I say this to state something, and then they have to justify the answer. Like in this case, I asked them to give a statement is that sometimes true, always true, or never true, and they have to explain why. Down below is they do error analysis. They have to explain it in words and then find the correct answer. The thing that I'm challenging my student here is 2B. The problem is the longest one, but the answer is correct. So students have to strong enough to realize that there's nothing wrong with the equation. There's no mistake, but it's solved in the long way. And then they have to recommend a shorter way to do it. Okay, so that is writing in math class. Um, if you see the more right here, there's learning extra skill with Mr. H. There's some cool video that I want to share with my students about science, math, and technology. Hacking your memory with sleep. So I tell students how important the sleep is, so they don't play game overnight or they spend too much time late at night. That's gonna affect their learning. How to achieve your most ambiguous goal. If you have time, I think you should watch this one with your kid. It's going to help them to discipline yourself or themselves or plan how to be successful in a certain thing. Okay. And more thing on credit card 101, tax 101, it's just extra information for students. Math 1 and 8th grade math, that is the syllabus that you have from the beginning of school year. The next one is technology sources. So we use Alex in class, Google Classroom. This is online textbook. Desmos, I forgot to add GeoGebra that we did a lot. Okay, and one of the projects I forgot to mention here is 3D model projects, which I need to create another page soon. Grow my set. As I said earlier, to me, the biggest mistake is can make you can't sorry the biggest mistake you can make is being afraid of making one. Making mistake is how you learn, and there's multiple way to get correct answer. It doesn't have to be Mr. H way is the correct way. There's multiple correct way, and if they can show me they understand what they're doing and they can justify it, and then I will check to see is there any flaws on their method. Otherwise they can use it, and they can also teach us to the class. All right, so that is my website. How does it look like in Mr. H math class? Now, important part, how to check your child grade. So what you're going to do is ask your child to go to their Google Classroom, click on their math class, Google Classroom math class, and then go to classwork, check on view your work. From here, you can see all the missing assignment, all the assignment that they get zero, okay, or any good assignment is also there. And if they get 100% by using Homework Pass, you will see the note that I leave there, Homework Pass. All right. You can also check their grade through Synergy. The difference between Synergy and Google Classroom is that Synergy round up any assignment below 50 as 50. So the grade in Synergy is a little bit higher than Google Classroom. Synergy will be the grade in their report. Google Classroom will be the grade that reflect their effort. The next thing is Alex. Alex is like our main textbook, I would say. All the homeworks come from Alex. The quizzes come from Alex. And on the Alex, student have multiple attempts. So when we get into it, I will explain more. So right now, you can ask your child to log into the Alex. Okay. When you log in, you will see, this is what you're going to see after they log in. Click on the three lines on top and select the assignments. Then you will see things like this. So on the assignment, you will see the assignment name on the left. This one will matching with the Google Classroom. If there's a current assignment, you won't see it in the Google Classroom because every homework that I assign to them won't be due until the following Friday. So student basically has 2 weeks to work on the assignment, and they have one extra week for late work. They will lose 20% if it's late. That's why the Google Classroom assignment is always about like 2 weeks behind the actual assignment because it's not due until the following week. Now, on this one, you can see start date, you can see due date, you can see their score, you can see their attempt. You see that 2 of unlimited attempt, which means the student do the assignment 2 times, and the score that she earned is 95%. Okay. Every retake of the assignment will be a quick retake, which means that any question that they got it correctly last time, they don't have to do it again. They just do the part that they make mistake on. Let me see. In some case, they will let you know that it is late assignment or it's turned in late as March 4. So as you see that actually submit date is March 4 is after the due date, okay, which means she might lose 20%. In this case, I probably didn't deduct 20% yet. Down here, you see Unit 3, CFA 3, which means it's a quiz. CFA stands for Common Formative Assessment. On a quiz, she try it 9 times, and it's unlimited attempt. Even the quiz is unlimited attempt because I believe that student can learn from their mistake, and the most important part is they learn. I don't want to punish my student if they don't do well. I want to reward when they try hard. Okay, so 9 attempt and so you're 100%. That's his excellent job, and there's multiple multiple chance to get a good grade in my class. The question is if student want to put effort and try their best. Now I open up one of the assignments so you can see how it looks like. So by looking at this one, you see that this assignment has 6 questions. The green part with the check mark mean that the student get it correctly. The other 4, if it's gray, mean that they already opened it. If it's light gray like this, which means they didn't even touch it yet. Okay, so when you look at student assignment, if they say that they did it, they didn't get a good grade, you could see if they did it or not. If they light gray, which means they didn't even open it. If they red or dark gray, which mean that they open that assignment and work on it. Red mean wrong answer. Now, for every single problem, they have two options if they don't know how to do it. Option number one, if they click on the explanation, mean that they will see the answer for that problem. Since they already see the answer for that problem, they will give up that question. The software will generate a new question for them. Okay, no point will be deducted. The software will generate a new question. Or they can also click on the example. With the example, they can see the similar problem with the solution, but then they won't lose their attempt with their current questions. All right, the next thing I want to talk to you about is IAB test, is the CAS practice test by unit. So unit basically mostly is going to be a chapter. It's always combine more than one chapter. It's called unit. Okay, so is the CAS the state testing release questions. Okay, so it will be graded on the scale of 5. If they're above standard, will be 5 out of 5. If they're near standard, is 4 out of 5, and they below standard is 3 out of 5. So student only gets 0 when they didn't do the test at all. Okay, most of the tests for accelerated, they have 2 to 3 days to get it done, and for the regular class, they have 4 days, or sometimes 5 days to get it done. Okay, so as you see in front of you right now is the one example of the IAB test results. You see that it takes 2 days for a student to take the test. I have about 11% student below standard, 22% near standard, and 67% above standard. This is the amounts of students represent these percentage. And the second time that we retake the test, as you see that it takes 5, 7, and 9 days, 3 days, sorry. February 5, February 5th, February 7, and February 9. 3 days. Sometimes it's 2, the third day for someone who was absent, they come in. So this date is not really reflects exactly we spent 3 days, 3 full days. Sometimes it just open up for whoever late or whoever need a little more time that they can work on it. So after we take it, so pre-test, they take it the first time. I look through their results and see what is the question, what is the problem. Is that the way that they phrase the question that confuse students, or the actually material that student didn't master yet? So we talk about that after they take the pre-test, and I help them with all the math language and keep using the same term that they get familiar with the way that the test asks questions. Then we retake it. As you see, is big improvement. There will be 4 students who didn't above standard, they near standard 4 students, and 20 students are above standard. So 83% are above standard. All right, so we're gonna talk about IReady score. IReady score is the assessment that give to student beginning of the school year, mid school year, and the end of the school year to see student growth. So this test student took around December. Okay, my period 1 grow 189%, period 2 grow 111%, period 3 grow 62%, period 4 grow 183, and period 6 grow 144%. Okay, so beside you see the student growth here, you can also see on the left side with the color, red mean 2 or more grade level below, yellow is 1 grade level below, green mean on grade level, and the green with the dark line going sideways is the mid or above grade level. Okay, so you can see the difference throughout all classes. Now, I'm not only show my student their growth compared to the beginning of school year until now, I also show them the average all 5 classes compared to the school growth. This growth is across the average of 6, 7, and 8 grade. Okay, so you have the data here. Okay, we grow 71%. That is really good at the whole school. Compared to the whole district, this is the IReady score compared to the whole district. In district in general, for all the school, they increased by 9% in mid and above standard, and they decreased 12% on students who are 2 grade level below or more. So decreasing here is good. Increasing here is good. More decrease mean that more students from 2 or more grade level below go up to on grade level or above. So we want the red part is decreasing. So here's our school. We increased by 5%, decreasing by 9. Compared to Frisbee, they increasing by 4, decreasing by 2. Compared to J Hill, they increasing by 4, decreasing by 6. Coursera increasing by 1, decreasing by 2, and Rialto Middle increasing by 6 and decreasing by 4. In general, our school doing the best because we want more students grow on grade level and above, and we want the decreasing on student who far below grade level. Okay, so we did the best in our district. All right. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. If you have any questions, feel free to email me through the school email. The website link again, if you cannot see it, you need to log in with your child Gmail. You have to have the school Gmail, the district Gmail, to be able to see the website. And follow me on Instagram, Mr. H Mathlaugh. If you like to make any parent teacher conference for this event only, then click on that form. Otherwise, send me an email. Then I can set up the date that we can meet and talk about your child progress, or you have any question for me. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate your time. You have a great day, and I hope to talk to you soon if you would like to talk to me. Thank you.